All players on the Clippers will benefit when the best player, Kawhi Leonard, steps foot on the floor once again. But, there's one player I think that benefits the most from Kawhi Leonard underratedly. And you could probably make the case for a few other players or, like I said, you can make the case for all of them if you choose to. But one player I think in hindsight, I think that would benefit the most, or that has benefited the most with Kawhi Leonard being on the floor and will going into this next season, is Ivica Zubac. I've said before, Zubac, plays with a different type energy at times when he's fed the ball a little bit more. When he's fed, it's like his energy picks up on the defensive end. And one thing I've noticed about Zubac, he has his moments where he kind of fades in and fades out. A lot of people see his development is there, but it hasn't got to his peak potential yet. But the one thing I've noticed is when Kawhi Leonard's in the game, their pick and roll that they have, you can go back and look at a lot of videos, a lot of Clippers highlights. For some reason, ever since Kawhi Leonard has been on the Clippers, his chemistry underratedly with Zubac has always been pretty good. Their pick and roll situation has always been effective since they've been together on the team, or since Kawhi Leonard has came to the Clippers. And that's one person that Kawhi Leonard gets his 4 to 5 assists a game that he was averaging about a year ago. He gets about 3 to 4 of them from, Zubac. A lot of times, because Zubac is the one that's in the paint. Kawhi Leonard likes to operate at the elbow, 17 feet, 18 feet from the basket and in. Well, when he gets double teamed in trouble, a lot of times he gives a pick and roll or toss the ball to Zubac, who's in the paint, ready to score, because Kawhi draws a double team. He always draws a double team. And when he gets one-on-one coverage, he usually dominates that. And then at times when they try to show two and maybe show one more person trying to fake like they're trying to do like a triple team on Kawhi and try to show him different looks like that. He just finds somebody else open, maybe like Nicholas Batum. But there's a lot of times where he finds Zubac, and Zubac gets a lot of easy baskets. And my point is with this is, for big men, you got to feed them in order for them to feel like they're engaged. And when you get a big man a couple of easy baskets where he doesn't have to work hard for it, usually that results in something good on the defensive end. And this is why I say I feel like Zubac, if he really wants to elevate his game more and be more a focal part of the offense, he's going to need to be able to find some easy shots, get his offense going early a little bit, get his confidence going early. And that will allow him to, play much better and, play much better on both ends of the court. And this is what I'm saying, because he wants to stay with the Clippers. He wants to be with the Clippers long term. So in order for him to be with them long term, his production has to go up. And one player that can help his production go up is Kawhi Leonard, because he draws those double teams. He allows Zubac to get one-on-one coverage. And sometimes when they rotate over to Kawhi Leonard, he could just find Zubac, and Zubac just has to go in strong. And usually he goes in strong. Most times when Kawhi gets in the ball, he goes up and dunks the ball, dunks somebody in the rim. And that's exactly what he needs to do more times than not. The more of that aggression, more of that will get Zubac what he wants. It'll get the Clippers what they want out of Zubac, and it'll definitely help Kawhi Leonard out, as it has sometime in the past when Kawhi has definitely found Zubac, through a pick and roll or a double team that he's seeing at the time. And this is what I'm saying. Zubac can definitely make an impact. I feel like Kawhi Leonard definitely can help his progression silently without even really noticing it. And I think that'll actually help Zubac play better on the defensive end as well, because just as much as, the Clippers need Zubac to average a double-double every game, they also need him to average 2 to 3 blocks a game if possible. They also need him to be a rim protector. And this is what I'm saying. The more touches he gets offensively, the better he likes to play, or more aggressive he becomes on defense. And usually that's most big men in the league. When you feed the big man, you got to reward them at times. You know what I'm saying? They make a good defensive play. You got to feed them, let them score. Or if you feed them and let them score the first few baskets or something like that, they'll go on the defensive end and make some hella plays and, change the outcome of a game, at least for that moment in the run that you're trying to make. You see what I'm saying? So I think that he's the one player that could benefit from Kawhi the most. I feel like everybody else will too, because when Kawhi comes back, now Reggie Jackson, it can also benefit him as well, because it takes a lot more scoring load off Reggie Jackson. Whereas if PG is there and it's just Reggie, he's more likely to be looked at as the second scorer on the team, because Marcus Morris, you can't count on him. Technically he's supposed to be the third best player on the team, but Reggie took that over. So if Kawhi is not there, or let's say PG is not there, and let's say Kawhi is playing, either one, that makes Reggie the second guy to do all the scoring, to do a lot of the load of the scoring. And you're asking him to be a point guard at the same time when he's really a shooting guard. So, or when he plays a shooting guard role best. So that's my point in the situation. Kawhi Leonard makes everybody's job a lot easier. It makes everybody's job, makes everybody feel comfortable in their own skin and doing what they're doing with Kawhi being there, because all the mistakes that other players on the team make, including Paul George, Kawhi makes up for. Paul George, a lot of times, is very inefficient in his scoring. He'll have 30 points, but it'll take 25 shots to get it sometime. Whereas you look at Kawhi Leonard, he makes up for that too, because if Kawhi has 30 points, it takes him 14 shots to get it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the efficiency, the defense, it's all on another level when Kawhi Leonard's on the floor, of course, for everybody. So, and the efficiency on offense, all that's different when he's there. But I think the main person that he has an effect on, or that he can have an effect on, going forward, even more so, will be Zubac. Because like I said, Zubac wants to be ingratiated more in the offense and have more of a role. So him getting a lot more easy baskets from Kawhi Leonard will put him into offense a little bit more and give him more of a presence when it comes to the offense with the Clippers, rather than him just being a defensive guy and getting, garbage basket tip-ins and putbacks here and there. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't think that, or at least he believes that the Clippers don't give him enough opportunity to score, because he can actually do more. And maybe he can. But like I said, with Kawhi Leonard being there or coming back, I think that'll give him a lot more easier shots, a lot more opportunities to score, shooting at a high percentage, putting him in position to score more. And like I said, it'll make him want to play even better on the defensive end if you're making the big man happy. So those are the things that I look at. Those are the things that I feel like that will help Zubac in him feeling more engaged in the offense. And I feel like he'll repay the Clippers back by, playing better and more sound on defense, which that's exactly what the Clippers need. Because if the Clippers get more defense from him with all the good perimeter defense that they have, you're talking about a championship team regardless. So I definitely can't wait to see, Kawhi come back and definitely help the whole team out, including Zubac and himself, by updating his resume in regards to being a top player in the league. I feel like some people forgot how great Kawhi Leonard is or was, and all the above. And I feel like it's time for him to come back and just remind everybody how great he is and how far he can actually help take this team, along with, this team itself, how far they can go in the playoffs, and, just see how far they can take it, because I think they're definitely championship bound. And I'd like to see if they can actually accomplish that, because, it's always good to see an underdog come out on top when everybody doubts them, because it makes it seem like, they could have done it all along. They just needed the right opportunity. They needed to stay healthy, and all the rest is history. So, I can't wait to see how it pans out for them and Zubac and the rest of the crew, and along with Kawhi Leonard. And I hope everything pans out for them the best, because, the last few years have been some headache, some misfortune, and maybe this is the year for them. Upcoming season, going into next season, maybe that's the year for them, and maybe it's the year that they'll do it. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Cali out.